Hi guys, Jenny from Bear Wellness, and I am on my way home. I was just in Rhode Island with our friends from Sundance Yoga and Massage Center, and we did the Get Your Ass Outside meetup this week in Rhode Island at Goddard Park, and it was sunny and blistery and amazing, and I just love this challenge because I feel like you're getting people out every day, regardless of the weather, and it's really fun. But anyway, so it's an hour and 10 minutes or so from my house. So I did a lot of driving on the way down, and now I'm doing some driving on the way back. And I stopped to pee, and so I figured while I'm stopped, I'm just going to share some of my thoughts because I started to think about how our relationship, how we use the word relationship and cheat with the food, and I wanted to just clear up some ideas here because our society kind of pushes this concept of, if you're on a quote unquote diet, that when you eat something that doesn't fit into what you perceive as the correct rules of that diet, that you're cheating. So any diet is really just kind of these arbitrary rules that we create because we as humans like to have these rules. We like to have, these are our foods that we can eat, these are our foods that we can't eat. And we start doing this thing where we kind of put this moral connection to our food choices, right? So no food is good or bad. You're not you're not a bad person if you eat food that is not on your food list from some particular diet that somebody made up. So even Bear, is, I have a reason on why I pick all of the foods and the food timing. There is reason, there is evidence, and there's purpose behind our choices, but it's still on almost a game, right? Like it's still created and made to try to get the most success out of these choices. But you're not cheating on something. You're not morally doing something wrong when you choose to eat something, anything, right? So I want you to try to shift that. And, we talk a lot about relationship to food, but I think that those are the wrong words. Relationship is a really important word when we're thinking about health, wellness, whether or not we're going to have success getting our bodies into the optimal health and wellness. But it's not about relationship with food. I want you to think about relationships with other people and your relationship with yourself. And I know that you're like, well, I just want to focus on what my macros are, or my carbohydrates, or my fat intake, or my blah, 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 blah. But really, when it comes down to, you're going to have more success in any habit changing endeavor in your life, particularly if it has to do with food, because we do deal with our emotions often with food, is I want you to really look at your self-worth, your self-love, your relationship, how you speak to yourself, what the first thought is you have in the morning, what the thoughts that you have surrounding food is, what happens when you eat something that is not on the appropriate food list. Do you spiral into this moral insult that you feel like you suck and you made a mistake and you shouldn't have done that, but now that I've done it, I'm gonna go eat 5 other cookies because I'm a horrible person and I have no willpower, and then because you're now morally insulted and you're now verbally abusing yourself to deal with that pain that you're creating, are you going to go eat more ice cream, right? We all do it, right? It's not just you. I do it, the person on the street does it, your best friend does it, your mother does it, everybody does it. Okay. And the other thing is that everybody struggles. I really want you to hear this. Every single human being, it is part of the human condition to struggle with self-worth. So you may have these thoughts in your head that you wouldn't even want to admit, that you talk to yourself in an abusive way, that maybe you don't like yourself, you don't like things about yourself. But guess what? You are amazing. You are perfect. You're on a journey, and you can increase your human performance. You can increase your health and wellness. You can increase your cognition. You can improve your body composition. That's all awesome, but you need to love and accept yourself how you are now. And when you make a food choice, all you're doing, there is a consequence to everything that you put in your mouth. Okay? So when you eat something, you're either going to put yourself one step forward or one step back to your goal, but that's all you're going to do. You didn't cheat. You didn't hurt somebody, right? You didn't inflict pain on somebody. You did not cheat. You need to take that word out of your vocabulary. It is not a moral insult when you eat food, but you do need to understand that there's consequences to every single thing you put in your body. Right. And forgive yourself when you eat a cookie or you eat, and I keep using that as an example, but whatever it is that you think that you should not have eaten, you forgive yourself, but do not let that spiral into 3 days of, well, I broke my rule anyways, and I'm going to eat again until I'm perfect. Because then every single time, it's a new consequence. It's one step forward, one step. It's not all for nothing. Like once you, quote unquote, eat something, I don't even want to say the word cheat, so I'm not going to do it. Once you do something that moves you one step away from your goal, that does not mean that you can spiral and for 3 days eat whatever you want until you get back on the wagon. Because still, every single thing that goes in your mouth is going to have a consequence, positive or negative. So remember that. Every single thing you put in your mouth, positive or negative, is a consequence. But also, that guilt, that shame, when you eat something that you think you should not have, forgive yourself and enjoy it, right? You want a glass of wine? A beer and some nachos, then do it, but enjoy it and love yourself. And then your next decision, the next time you open your mouth and you put something inside of it, do it with love and do it to move yourself closer to your goal. Every single time you put something in your mouth, this is bringing me closer to my goal or further away. If it's bringing me further away, what pleasure or like what good thing am I getting out of this? Make sure it's worth it. Is it worth it? If it's worth it, then do it. Because there are times, the social experience, the pleasure, there are times that it is absolutely appropriate to take that step back if you're getting a benefit out of it. But you love yourself enough to get benefit out of all your choices. And stop tearing yourself down, okay? Talk nice to yourself. Monitor your thoughts. When you hear yourself self-abusing, stop. I know it sounds super corny, but then I want you to put your hand on your heart or your face or your forehead or whatever is soothing, and I want you to say, I love you, whatever your name is. I love you, Jenny. Say, I love you, Sarah. I love you, Kara. I love you, George. I love you, Pete. Whatever name, take a breath and love and forgive yourself. This is how you heal. This is how you get healthy. Have a good day.